Hello, it's Angus here at the Bureau for what will surely be our final severe weather video of 2025. It is the last day of the year, the 31st of December, and rain continues to hammer down over parts of northern and western Queensland. It has been going on for most of the last week, and the wet weather is showing no signs of slowing down. We can see in our radar and our satellite there's been areas of rain right along this dashed trough line leading into this low pressure system through last night and this morning, and the main message is the rain is falling on places that have already received a whole lot of wet weather, and the anticipation is there will be more wet weather through the rest of the day today and into the first couple of days of January, the first couple of days of the new year. So there are still warnings in place for both the North Tropical Coast and through central parts of the state. We'll touch on this warning first, maybe zoom in, have a look, see which areas are likely to be covered by that warning area over central parts. So it covers parts of the central west and the northwest. It is mostly north of Longreach, south of Hewenden, does include Winton, out towards Mount Isa but doesn't reach Mount Isa. In this yellow area, we expect to see 6-hour rainfall totals in this 40 to 100 millimetre range. Now that's a pretty big range. Most of the rain will probably be in the 40 to 70 millimetre range, but can't rule out a few higher falls up to 100 millimetres. That's through the remainder of the day today and into the first part of the day tomorrow as well. A second warning area is in place across the North Tropical Coast, extending from just south of Cairns down to around Townsville. Could see heavier falls here. Now this is a wetter part of the country. It is a wetter climate, so it's not unusual to see heavier falls here, but we could well see 6-hour rainfall totals between 100 and 180 millimetres. Some areas could see a further 200 millimetres in 6-hour periods. So a lot of rainfall through this area on top of all the wet weather that has already fallen. Now, given that the rain has been falling steadily for most of the last week, there are a number of flood warnings in place across central and northeastern parts of Queensland. This red region here through the middle, that is a major flood warning that is in place for the Flinders River, and that is surrounded by moderate flood warnings for a number of other rivers, including the Norman River, the Cloncurry River, the Georgina River and the Western River over central and western parts of Queensland, and getting across into parts of the Territory as well. We also have some minor flood warnings shown in green across the North Tropical Coast from Cairns down to Townsville. I'm putting on the next several days of rainfall data here just to highlight the message that this rain is going nowhere. It is going to hang in place because this low pressure area, this dashed trough line, don't really move very far between now and the weekend. We've pushed out now to Saturday night, still raining across most of central and northern Queensland. Now potentially we might see the intensities of rain drop. It might not be as heavy in any given hour or 6-hour period as it has been, but it will continue to be persistent and widespread. So lots of rain across the top here, bringing our 5 to 7 day rainfall totals over western and central Queensland to 300 to 600 millimetres. Now for some places that represents a year's worth of rainfall in 1 week. That is what we're looking at with this persistent ongoing rainfall. We'll likely see even heavier falls across the North Tropical Coast between 500 and 1,000 millimetres. That is 1 metre of rain in a week. Now that is not quite an average annual rainfall, but it is still a whole lot of wet weather, and with all this rain coming on, there will continue to be some pretty significant weather impacts. Flooding is obviously number one, front and centre, the prime impact that we anticipate from this heavy rainfall. That flooding can bring a threat to property and life where it gets most extreme and most severe. A lot of this rain will fall onto roads, causing road closures and potentially isolating entire communities, and there's the risk of water and infrastructure issues as this rain does continue to pile in across northern and central parts of Queensland. So do stay up to date with the latest weather warning information and follow all advice from local emergency services. Have a safe end to the year. Thanks for watching.